Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. It is Tuesday, Truthful Tuesday. Today is November 25th, 2025, and it's about 5:36 a.m. in the morning on a Tuesday. I hope everyone had a great day on yesterday. I certainly did. I give God all the honor, glory, and praise for allowing me to see another day, a day that I have never seen, and a day that I will never see again. But we give him all honor, glory, and thanks for it. Amen, somebody. Amen. It's a little rainy here in the Chi. Leaves are everywhere. It's a little wet. Yeah, it's a little wet. But we are here. So today is Truthful Tuesday, and as you know, on this day, every Tuesday that I'm here and you're here, we do Truthful Tuesday, and we talk about something or anything, and we do not judge, but we listen. We give advice, but we don't judge. So if you want to share something, and this is your first time looking at a CC's Fashion is My Passion YouTube video, you're here for the very first time, and you're like, what is Truthful Tuesday? Got this idea from a young lady who I am Facebook friends with and personal friends with in life, real life. She has a group over on Facebook, and she does Truthful Tuesday every Tuesday, where people come on and they tell their truth. And we don't judge, we listen. And like I said, we may laugh, we may give advice, but we don't judge, because everybody's feelings are valid. Everybody's life, everybody's situation is different and valid. And just because something affects me one way doesn't mean that it affects you that way, so forth and so on. You all get the gist. I need to get some gas, because I know my gas light gonna come on by the time I get to work. So that's what we do. And I get the gas over by my job. And that's what we do. We try to lift each other up over here on this channel. We try to encourage, because everybody is going through something. Everybody is going through something. And some of us may not be going through anything. But I guarantee you, if you ain't going through it, it might be just around the corner. And that's just how life is, right? That's just how life is. So when things are calm and peaceful in your life, give God praise. And when things are not calm and peaceful in your life, still give God praise, because he gonna bring you through it. Trouble don't last always. What is going on with you now can be rectified and resolved within a matter of minutes or hours. So don't give up. Don't give up. Hold on to your faith. Hold on to your beliefs. Hold on to God's unchanging hands, and know that God is for you. And if he is for you, no man can be against you. Some of you all are facing all types of different challenges. You may be facing a medical challenge. You may be facing a huge project that you got to get done for work, and it's a deadline. Some of you all have challenges with your children, with your husband. You may be a caregiver, and that's very challenging. You may be someone who is trying to adopt or foster a child, or you're taking on responsibility of a relative's child. I mean, life just has all different types of situations. So on today is the day that you get to vent. You get to talk about any and everything that's your truth, the way you feel, how you feel about whatever you feel it, and whatever's going on in your life, And if we can help, if I can help, that's what we will do. We usually don't have a lot of engaging of Truthful Tuesday, but here and there people do write their Truthful Tuesday. And I always write mine. Well, I don't write mine. I voice mine here on the video every Tuesday. Sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I do, depending on what's going on with me, I have quite a few Truthful Tuesdays. I really do. Some that I will not share here, and some that I will share here with you guys. But before I tell you my truth, one of my Truthful Tuesdays, I do want to give you all an update. And I meant to mention this on the live yesterday. I want to give you all an update about the little boy who had open heart surgery almost 2 weeks ago now. And I told you all his name is Nazir, and I told you all that he wasn't doing well after having the surgery. He had all types of complications. He had pneumonia. His lungs collapsed. They put him on the ECMO machine to help him breathe. I mean, it just had been one thing after another. He had been heavily sedated and put in a coma. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. She is a friend of mine, a personal friend of mine, also my Facebook friend. She's my class alum. She's my school alumni, high school alumni person. She's a few years younger than me, but nevertheless, I wanted to give you all an update. So Nazir yesterday was taken off of the ECMO machine, and his chest was left open. At one while his kidneys were failing him. His kidneys are good. He's making good pee, or urine, and so he's moving in the right direction. They did, because so many things have happened with him. The mother, has been at the hospital constantly. So the Ronald McDonald House, which you all mentioned on my live last week, they did give her assistance, and they did put her up in a room so she could just get some rest, because she just been in the hospital room, constantly. I am still asking that you all send prayers and love to this little boy and the family, because they need it. They need it. And it's still, he's doing a whole lot better. But there still are some concerns, of course. So just keep them in your prayers. His name is Nazir. It's Nasir. That is his name. And he's here in Chicago at the one of the children's hospitals here in Chicago. So I just ask that you all continue to keep him in prayer, and continue to keep his grandmother, Lakar, and the mother, her daughter, I can't remember what the young lady's name is, but continue to pray for them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers, because although he's doing better and he has gotten better, he still has a ways to go. And so we just believe in God in all things, that we know that God is a healer. We know that God will restore. We know that he's a God of no failure. We know that he's a God that will heal the broken heart. And he's a God who stands by his word. And so I'm just believing God in all things for him, in regards to him, Now I could have got over, and you just had to get over here, so I couldn't get over. Now you driving slow. What the fuck is wrong with people? Anyway, y'all. So yeah, I just ask that you all keep them in your thoughts and your prayers. And so that's not really my Truthful Tuesday, but I'm just believing God for a healing, a complete and total healing. Because I believe that he can, and I believe that he will. Because he's just good like that. So I will keep you all updated as she's been texting me information to my personal phone. So when I get the information, I will share with you all. She can't drive. I will share with you all, and I will let you guys know what I know. okay? But I wanted to let you all know because I did ask you all to pray for him, and a lot of you all were very kind and generous. Some of you all asked for a cash app. Meadow sent money to me to send to her daughter, and I did. So you all have been so gracious and so kind, as you all always are, and I thank you all. I've got a few Truthful Tuesdays, but like I said, some that I will share here and some that I won't share here. But one of my Truthful Tuesdays is that I am so thankful and grateful for the lives finally not having so much discord. That we have come together as grown-ups, as adults, and we are talking about things and relationships and what have you. And I'm really enjoying the live more than I have ever enjoyed it before. Of course, you know, there were some racist comments last night, as they always are. But I'm asking you all that do participate in the live streams, and I'm going to mention it today when I come live, because I am going to come live today. I'm asking you all to report the pages, the channels to YouTube for harassment, for, you know, there's when you report the channel, it's going to give you some options of what you find offensive of this person's channel. So if you put on there bullying, harassment, racism, whatever, it's going to give you choices, and you can click one of those. But please report the channel. Please report their channels. The only way the bullying and the harassment and the racist comments will stop is when YouTube removes them off of YouTube, right? Or gives them a strike like they gave me one. So you have to we have to take charge. If you enjoy what you hearing and what you seeing on the live, and you love what I'm talking about or the topics that we're discussing, we don't need no outside distractions on that live, because I want to keep it going. And I'm going to also, this is another truth I have. When I come on live and I bring up a topic, if you don't like the topic, or if you're annoyed, if you turned off, if whatever, please just exit the live, okay? Because I am not going to pick and choose what to talk about to make people feel comfortable. I don't care who it is, okay? I don't care who it is, because we are adults. And if you can't relate to what I'm talking about or what I'm discussing, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I am going to talk about what I want to talk about as I see fit to talk about it. So if I bring up a topic, and usually these topics are from things that have happened earlier, in the afternoon with my coworkers, and I bring it to the live so we can talk about it. And so, I'm sorry if people who have never been in a relationship, never had sex, can't understand what I'm talking about. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, I respect that. I'm not mad about that. But I'm not going to pick and choose what people want me to talk about. I'm not going to censor what I say to make you all feel comfortable. If you feel I have a potty mouth, if you feel I talk this way or that way, leave. Leave. That's all I can say. Leave. And that goes for, this is just my Truthful Tuesday. That goes for my moderators all the way down to the people that are watching. Leave. And another thing I want to say to my moderators, you can't pick and choose what live you want to moderate and what you don't want to moderate based on the subject. If you are a moderator on the live, you were chosen for a reason. I shouldn't have to ask people where are they, and I can't talk to the audience because I'm steady hiding people or hiding comments. That's not my job. That's why I made you all moderators, so that you all could do that for me. Now listen, I don't expect you all to be on every live stream that I do, because you can't. You have your own lives. You're not obligated to me, and you not getting paid by me. So I would never, ever get mad at anybody who can't be there, or who is not there, or got something going on in their life and they real busy. You know, anybody got time to sit up on nobody's live for 2 and 3 or 4 or 5 hours as if they have nothing else to do in their life. I just made a point of coming live as many times as I've had, because I'm being honest. I'm trying to make some money. I need money, okay? And I'm trying to make some money because that $300 and $400 at the end of the month, that helps me pay some bills, okay? And that's just the truth. It helps me pay some bills. It helps keep some money in my pocket. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber where I'm making a whole lot of money doing YouTube. I ain't got there yet. I'm not at that plateau yet, okay? It may look like I'm making money because you are looking at the numbers of how many people I subscribe, but I'm not making money like that. You know, I'm not on OnlyFans. I'm down to 11 OnlyFans subscribers. You know, eventually, I don't know what I'm going to do with that channel. I might get back on there. I may not get back on there. I'm still toying with it and have not made a decision, okay? But I am a single parent. I got a lot going on in my life financially. I got bills. I got creditors calling me because 3 things are in collections right now. This is my truth. And I'm trying to pay it off, okay? So I'm paying my bills. I'm trying to make sure I pay my utility bills on time, because I'm not trying to have to pay no deposit for being late. I'm trying to make sure my water bill is paid, my gas bill is paid. Y'all know I had that huge gas bill. You know, I finally got that all squared away by talking to them. So one time I didn't pay it on time or whatever, and so they kicked it right back. They threw me out the program. I had to put it back, and that was a hassle. So I don't want to do that again. I paid the comment deposit off, you know, so now my bill has gone down, which it might go back up because now I got the Christmas stuff out, you know. But the point that I'm trying to make to you all is that I am a content creator, and I work every day, Monday through Friday. I have a job, okay? So I have a job. I got responsibilities. I got a lot of responsibilities. And, you know, when something go wrong in my house, when something go wrong with my car, when Christopher needs something, you know, how many of you, of the 21,350 some people, actually come to my aid and help me financially? Let's just keep it 100. And that ain't your responsibility. Because you know why? Because it just ain't. And you got your own life. You got your own situation. So I don't expect nobody to be sitting on a live with me. That's why I always thank you all. I always thank my moderators. I always thank the people who join. Because you don't have to be there. You could be doing something else, because everybody got a life. But if you are moderating my channel, moderate the channel. If you're there, you're there. If you're not there, then you're not there. But if you're there, then moderate the channel, because I miss a lot of things. You all see things before I see things. So if you see it, if you and I, the moderators and myself, we see the comments that have been that are held for review. Now, I don't even remember how I put that on my channel, but I put that on there because I don't want every comment, especially comments that are like somebody calling me a bitch or the N-word or whatever. You know, it's a lot of people that make comments on my YouTube channel, and their comments get held for review, but we let the comments come through because it ain't nothing bad. It's just people talking. But YouTube is capturing those words and holding the comments, okay? So after we read it, we decided we're going to let them go or whatever. I've asked the moderators, in most cases, to at least let me review the comment before you all delete them. You know, because sometimes I don't even get to see what is said. And understand you all hide a lot of people because you all don't want me to see things, and that's great. But sometimes when the comments are held for review, I would like to see what the person is saying, because just because you might think that it's not, that you may think that it's offensive, or you may think that it needs to not come through, or you want to hide that person, I may not feel the same way. Okay, so I just want to say this: be careful. This is just to the moderators. Be careful about hiding people and not letting comments come through. At least if it let me see them. If I don't catch them and you catch them, you know what I'm saying, that's okay. I appreciate you all, because you know, the live would be so much harder if I didn't have moderators. But I made people moderators that I felt that I could trust, that I felt was comfortable, that I felt comfortable with, that I knew that you all would not do nothing to my channel. I know y'all not gonna go on my regular videos and delete comments. I know you all are not gonna do anything to me to backstab me. And if I felt that way, I wouldn't have made you a moderator. I don't make everybody a moderator. If you're a moderator on my channel, you're a moderator because I really, really like you. And some of you all I've only met on a live stream, and I made you a moderator already. And I'll give you a perfect example. I met Alyssa through the live stream. I made her moderator. I met Tamara through a live stream, and I made her a moderator. Okay, so you know, I made these ladies moderators because I felt a connection with them. You know, I really, really did. I felt a strong connection with them, and that's why I made them moderators. They hadn't been watching my channel for a really long time, but I believe in my heart of hearts that I can really trust Alyssa. I believe in my heart of hearts I can really trust Tamara. You know, other people that have been that are moderators on my channel, they are active. They are active YouTube YouTube subscribers and watchers. D, Meadow, Angel, Nick Techniques, Velvet Petals, Life with Marlene. You know, come on, what is you fucking waiting on? Light only hold so long, sitting here playing in your nose. So these are people that have been on my YouTube channel, on my platform for a while, and that's why they're moderators. They watch me, they support everything. Angel, you know, so I made them moderators because they've been with me for a long time, and they support my channel, and they watch all of my content, you know. And the only outside people that I made that like I said, that I met through Facebook Live, y'all don't get up in time enough, and then y'all running, flying in here trying to punch in. The only people that I made my YouTube moderators, I ain't gonna take your spot. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, let me go punch you. Oh, letting him know. The guy who moved for me, I was like, I ain't gonna be here Friday. Well, I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna be at the other spot. And I'm like, I ain't gonna be here the month of December, the whole month of December. I'm gonna be at another location. Whew, I'm so grateful. Because I get off at 2:30 and I can pick Christopher up even though he gonna be out of school for 2 weeks. But, oh, he moving. He said he was going to park somewhere else. Anyway. So, as I was saying, oh, he must have went, I don't know what he doing. He a foreman. He make good money, girl. I just don't like him like that. But anyway, I made them, the outside people, Alyssa, Tamara, I made them moderators before they really started watching a lot of my content. However, I also made them moderators because after I met them on the live stream, they did start watching videos and content a lot. So I said all that to say that you're a moderator for a reason, okay? You're a moderator because I trust you. You're a moderator because I like you. You're a moderator because I feel a strong connection to you, okay? My YouTube channel is important to me, okay? It may not be everything, and it may not be for everybody, but it means a lot to me. When I first got on YouTube, I struggled to get to 100 subscribers, and now I'm at 21,359 subscribers. So I am not willing to lose what I have built. I know that I'm not this big YouTuber where I get 4,000 and 5,000, 6,000 views on a video. I know that. I used to when I was doing the lingerie. I used to when I was doing the swimsuit. I used to. I don't anymore, okay? But my live streams are doing as well as my lingerie hauls and swimsuit hauls, okay? I was talking to Nick Techniques last night on the phone, and she said, oh, I just really missed your fashion hauls. I really do. She said, I just would get excited when you would upload a fashion haul. And you know, I understand that. I miss doing the fashion hauls too, but this is just my truth with you all. I have a lot of clothes in my basement that I could show you all, especially for you all that are new to my channel that haven't seen my old hauls, right? So I could always style something. I could do fashion. I got to get down there and go through those bins that I have, okay? Here's the number 2 thing. I've gained weight. Now, I don't think I have gained any more weight, but I know there's some things that I can't get into, okay, that I was able to get in when I first started this channel. I was smaller when I first started this channel. The menopause is real, okay? It's real. The hot flashes are real, okay? I'm trying to lose weight. I'm not saying that I'm doing everything I can to lose it. I'm not. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not. But would I like to lose weight and be a lot smaller? Yes, because there are clothing that I have that I can't get into that I would like to show you, okay? Give us a little more light. My other truth is this. I miss doing the fashion hauls too. I don't want to do a fashion haul every weekend, every Sunday. I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. I don't. Okay? I do not. I'm still very upset about how she ended me. I'm still very upset about how they fired me. And I put time and energy, and every weekend I was doing a haul. That took a lot out of my life, okay? Where I could have been doing other things. I could have been just doing so much more, right? My other truth is, this is just to be honest, I don't have the money. Okay, I can put things on easy pay and pay for it over time. But I don't want a lot of that. I don't want a lot of that because that puts you in debt. And my house note, as I told you all, is expensive. The utilities, the upkeep, all of it is expensive. And it's just me. And I don't regret one day about buying me a house. I'm glad I'm in a house, okay? I'm glad I have my own house. Not an apartment, but my house. I ain't knocking nobody who got an apartment, a condo, a townhouse, or whatever. Whatever it makes it easier for your life and your budget and your money, do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that I did what I did. Is it a lot for one person and a woman? Yeah, it is. It is. But I know that God didn't put me in this. I prayed, and I prayed hard. And I really thought about it. I prayed about it. I told the Lord what I wanted. I told him what my desire, the desire of my heart was. I didn't say, Lord, I want to get married. I ain't praying for that, because that is not what I want. I am not seeking a husband. I am not seeking that. Am I seeking a good friend, a good companion? Yes. But I said what I said on the live, and it made some men mad, and it made a lot of men mad because the women on the live was agreeing with me, and they all feel the same way. Men, you have to take responsibility for us feeling like we feel. Yeah, we have been burned, but we've been burned by you. We've been burned by your homies. Okay? You all don't take accountability, and you all sit and talk about how y'all dog bitches out, how y'all fuck bitches, and how y'all, yeah, man, I'm a fucker, and then, this, that. You all been kicking us down the road for years. You all play on our emotions. You all have done all the things. So women now are using you for what they want you for, whether it be your money or your dick, whichever one, or both. And they don't have no feelings for you no more. So what you getting is what you get, what you always put out. And I'm not saying this is every man. I'm not saying every man has been this or been that or did that. But a lot of you all have. So don't get mad when you see a black woman, a single woman on a live stream telling you all that she don't want you. I want me. I'm the most important thing. Now, I may not be important to you, but I'm very goddamn important to me. I'm first. You gonna love me more than I love you. You gonna put more time in me than I'm gonna put in you. Cause see, I'm not doing that no more. And I made this video a while ago. I said, the reason why I don't want a relationship, because I don't want to love nobody else. This is another truth. I don't want to love nobody else. And I don't. I don't want to care for nobody else. I can treat you good, but I don't want to love you. I don't want to be in love with you. I don't want nothing from you but what's in your pants and what's in your pockets. And if you ain't got the equipment in your pants to satisfy me and the money in your pockets to feed me and do nice things for me, I don't want to be bothered with you. I don't want you laying up, living up, trying to move in and leaving shit at my house. Don't leave your shit. Don't think that we finna be laying here all goddamn day. No, we finna go get up and go get some fucking breakfast. That's all I'm saying. So I never tell a man I want a relationship. I don't even care if I really want a relationship. You'll never know. So these are the type of things that we're going to talk about on the live. And if you can't relate, or if it makes you feel uncomfortable or whatever, and this is not to anybody specific, this is just to everybody in a whole, as a whole. If you don't feel comfortable with hearing me talk about sex, being graphic about sex, talking about sex, if it's just, and what people need to understand is that this is the thing that we all have experienced or are experiencing. Some of us on the live are married. Some of us been married. Some of us have never been married. Some of us are virgins. Some of us are not virgins. Some of us are just having sex for the very first time. Some of us don't plan to have sex at all. We all are different. Respect each other for the differences that we all have and have all experienced. If it's too much for you, if it's too graphic for you, if it's too much detail for you, turn it off. I'm not offended, but I ain't gonna stop talking. I'm not gonna stop talking. Okay, so men were getting upset and they were in their feelings and they were getting mad and it was bringing out all the emotions of a man, because you know what? Truth hurts. We're grown. If you can't sit on a grown up live and talk intelligently and have respectable dialogue with the person that's live or the other people in the chat, then that's not for you. If you are a moderator and you feel some type of way, leave. But I'm gonna say this to the moderators: if you are leaving, please let me know that you're leaving, because yesterday I was out there all alone. I didn't know. I'm steady looking at I'm steady looking at these comments. I'm steady. I'm like, okay, I'm here on by myself. I was reviewing, and this was way before Nick and Velvet Petals came, way before they came. So I ain't talking about them. I didn't know where Alyssa was, and I didn't know where Meadow was. So I was like, where y'all at? So I know sometimes you gotta go use the bathroom. You gotta go answer the door. You cooking your chicken, your dinner, and you may not be able to moderate. I get that. Just let me know. Just let me know that you leaving or you gotta leave. I respect everybody's time, everybody's. And I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're obligated to moderate my channel. I don't want nobody to feel that they're obligated to watch or be there to moderate every live. You're not obligated. You're not obligated. This is not a job, okay? I asked people to be moderators who I thought would be able to moderate because of all the craziness, okay? I'm glad that I have moderators, because if I didn't have them, it would be a whole lot of stuff going on in that live that don't need to be there. If we're on and we're talking about something, I want us to be able to talk about it and be able to flow without all the distractions. I don't want to be on a live stream and be on there for 30, 45 minutes arguing with these stupid troll motherfuckers, or these racist motherfuckers, or these bully motherfuckers. I don't want to do that. And that's why you're there. So if you're going to moderate. If you can't moderate, fine. If you don't want to be a moderator anymore, that's fine too. Okay? If you are feeling uncomfortable about what I'm talking about, just say, you know what, Cece, I gotta go. But don't leave me out there by myself and I don't know what's going on. I should have to say, where are you all at? I don't see anybody, or whatever, So then Alyssa came back, and it was just Alyssa for the longest, getting rid of it. And I'm like, okay, where's Meadow at? Then something was going on with him, and so, I'm just saying, if you're gonna be there, be there. If you can't be there, I respect that. I respect everybody. Please don't feel like you're obligated. Please don't feel like you a crutch to me. Please don't feel like you doing too much for me. I'm gonna say this, and I've said this before. Whatever you do for me, do it from your heart with love. If you keep saying to me, I'm gonna tell you something that annoys the fuck out of me, seriously, is when a person keeps saying to me, I feel like I'm doing too much. If you feel like you're doing too much for me and the YouTube channel, take a break. Your life is not connected to mine in a way that you have to do anything. What I do for people, I do for people because that's what I want to do. I don't expect it back. I don't expect anything because it's what I want to do. So that's who I am. That's who I am. And so I'm just a little annoyed and a little pissed off that, people are not being able to separate what I'm trying to do. I don't want to, I have never wanted to depend on anybody else but myself. And I just happen to be right now in a situation where I got some things going on. But guess what? I'm taking care of it and I'm managing it and I'm doing what I need to do. Things that I'm going to pay, I'm going to pay my house note. I'm going to get back on track paying it on time. I'm going to pay my house note. I'm going to pay my utilities, my cable, whatever, my security, the thing, I'm going to pay that. Everything else get paid when it get paid. Because I'm paying on my bed and then washer and dryer. And those are two things that has been sent to collection. Because I just haven't been able to pay it. I'm not going to stop shopping. I'm not going to stop getting my hair done. I'm not going to stop getting my nails and my feet done. I'm not going to stop buying lipstick. It's just my truth. I'm not going to stop buying makeup. When I buy makeup, I try to buy 2 of everything so that it'll last and I ain't got to come back. I'm not getting ready to stop doing anything that brings Cece enjoyment. I'm not. Because I go into Ross and Burlington and I may buy a sweatshirt, a pair of pants, something like that or whatever. But I'm not on Fashion Nova or Shein buying a lot of stuff because I'm just not trying to have all of those Afterpays and PayPal that I got to pay every week or whatever. I'm not trying to have a lot of those. So that's why you all won't see as many hauls, because if it's not being sent to me for free, I'm not going to be on there buying it. However, well, like I said, I have stuff down in my basement that I could just style up for you all, and I will do more of those type of videos. You all see that I do the outfit of the day videos. People seem to like those. People seem to like those short videos. I call them shorts, and people they like those. They like those. So I'll continue to do those type of videos. There's some things that I have in a haul that I want to show you all that I bought, but I'm gonna do a lot of shorts instead of doing a whole video. Okay, I'm gonna do shorts and I'm just gonna put them up. And I think that sometimes people like to watch shorts more than they like to watch a whole haul of items of things that you bought. Now I am gonna do a haul of some things that I bought, but I'm gonna also do some short videos too. So the short videos, they get a lot of views, and so those are good to do. But I am going to do the Shein Glamour haul on Sunday. I'm going to do that. And, so, that's really basically all I have to say pretty much. But the live is doing good. And it's growing my channel. Because my channel is not growing any other way. Because people are not looking. They're not watching these. They don't watch these car chats. As many people that are subscribed to me, these car chats should have at least 1,000 views a day, but they don't. I'm lucky if I get 400 or 500 people to watch these car chats, because typically, which is true, people don't want to watch you talk all the time on a car chat. I do this because this keeps my channel going. I do this because I don't live an exciting life to vlog. I'm not always over here, over there. I'm not everywhere. My life is work, home, shopping in a store, and back home. So ain't nothing to vlog. Somebody was saying yesterday or whatever day, it would be nice if you vlogged and did store shopping videos. Now I could do store shopping videos, but see, and I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not getting up early to be in no store at no 8 o'clock on the weekend. When I get up at 4, and between 4, I wake up every morning at 3:30. 3:30. So, you know, I'm not doing that. So when I go into the store, I'll pick up this and pick up that. I'll show you all different things that's in the store. But I'm just keeping it 100 with you all. I'm not no young content creator. I'm 55. So I'm not getting ready to get on here and do all the things that some of these young content creators, and some of these content creators, that's all they do is YouTube. I work a job Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. So I got things to do in my life. I have to wash, I have to clean up, I have to maintain my house, you know. I want to start cooking more, or start cooking. So, you know, I can turn the camera on and do a lot of things, right? But that don't mean that the views are going to be there. So I do what I want to do on this channel, and I do what I think you all like to see. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that I can't be and do everything for everybody. I cannot make everybody feel comfortable about what I say and how I talk. I'm not getting ready to do that. I'm not. I don't care who it is, and I don't care how you feel about it. And this is not to nobody specifically. This is just to some of the things that I experienced on the live yesterday with some of the people and some of the things that people said. I am not here to make you comfortable. I am not here to turn you on or turn you off. I'm a content creator. So when I come on the live, either you like it and you enjoy it, or you don't. And if you don't, you ain't got to say nothing to me. You ain't got to talk about my potty mouth. I always had a potty mouth, gonna have one when I die. When I get to talking and I'm in my element of what I'm talking about, I may be loud, I may be this, I may be that. If I'm irritating to you, if you don't like me, turn me off. But I'm not going nowhere, because there's an audience that does like CC's fashion. Is my passion. So for the people who like what I'm talking about, stick around. For those of you all that don't, and you feel some type of way, move around respectfully. But I'm not here to pick and choose what you want me to talk about because you don't want to hear it, or you don't like it, or you turned off, or you turned on, or you irritated, or it hit home for you. I don't know, whatever you going through. But I'm not your psychologist or your therapist. I'm not here to make you comfortable. You know, I'm just not here to do that. I am going to talk about what I'm going to talk about. And if you uncomfortable with what I talk about, whether you moderating the channel or not, just leave. Just say, hey, CC, I got to go. And you know, we've had 2 lives, yesterday's live and Sunday's live, where we talked about relationships. We ain't always talking about that. But that's what people like to talk about. Now, if we talked about politics, that's something that I try not to talk about on the live. I may mention some things here and there. I try not to talk about religion. But I have prayed on the live for Bonnie. I have prayed for you all on the live. Okay? I have given advice and given spiritual advice on the live. So it just depends on what day it is and what come up and what come out. People come on the live and they ask me questions and I answer them. And if it's pertaining to religion, sex, politics, you know, lipstick, makeup, we talk about everything. But don't you know, when you want to pick and choose what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch, and then you just want to poof, you want to disappear and leave me hanging. No, that ain't how that go. So if you don't want to be there and you a moderator and you don't want to engage in the conversation, just let me know you leaving, so I'll know what to do with the live. Don't leave me hanging. I don't expect people that are watching the live, I don't expect people to tell me that they're leaving. Y'all don't have to tell me that you're leaving. But the people that are moderating the channel, let me know you leaving. If you can't moderate the channel, just say, Cece, I'm here to watch, but I'm not going to be able to really moderate because I'm doing something else or I'm popping in and out. That's fine. But once I see you come up and I see you in blue, that lets me know that you're there and you're a moderator. So I expect you to moderate. If you don't want to be a moderator no more, just tell me. I'll remove you. If you feel that you do too much or you doing too much or you there too much to moderate and you need a break, just say, Cece, I need a break, or I'm taking a break. We haven't seen Tamara in a while. Tamara has a new job. She hasn't been there. She's busy. She let me know that. I appreciated that. She didn't have to really let me know that, but she did. Again, everybody got a life. Just like when I got the strike and you all didn't see me, a lot of you all sent me an email. What's going on? Where you been? I haven't seen you make a video. You ain't coming on live. Are you okay? Angel threatened me. She said, if you don't answer this email, I'm calling you. Dee reached out to me. Angel reached out to me. I think Sunshine reached out to me. It was a lot of you all that reached out. What's going on? Sharnita Lynn reached out to me. You know, are you okay? So what that let me know is that those of you all that enjoy the content, that are here for the content, you know, you all checked up on me. So just like I didn't dip off, you know what I'm saying? I didn't dip off. YouTube dipped me off. But I felt bad that I wasn't able to communicate to you all what was going on. I would never leave my fans or my subscribers in a lurch and not tell you. I was so upset about getting a strike, I didn't send individual emails. And if ever something ever happened again in that regard, I will. Because I don't want you to be worried about me. I don't want you to be concerned about me when it's really nothing. When people care about you, people want to know you okay. And if you my friend and we friends on here on this channel, I'm obligated to let you know that I'm okay. And I expect the same. But for you to leave me, I'm just being truthful. That didn't sit well with me at all. That just didn't sit well with me. So, you know, maybe I need to think about doing some things different. You know, maybe, and I have. That's why I said I can't share everything I want to share about my Truthful Tuesday. But I know that I feel as if I need to move in a different direction with some people. Okay? Because one thing I cannot be everything to everybody. And I'm not trying to be. Chris is enough. My mama is enough. You know, my family, my other friends, it's enough. I don't need nothing else. I don't need nobody else that I got to coddle and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know, so I got to make a decision on what I need to do in order. See, because when you start disrupting my peace, when you start making me feel like you too attached to me and it's starting to creep me out, I gotta look at myself and say, you need to move differently. You know, so I'm going to say this. Whatever or whenever you all do not want to be here or you can't be here, it's okay. I'm not mad at nobody. We're not going to stop being friends. Our friendship ain't going to break up because you decided that you need to take a break from me. And I respect everybody. I respect everybody's choices. I respect everybody that's got something going on, whether you got something going on or not. I said this and I'm going to say this. Take care of you. You can't be there for everything and everybody. You can't do the most for everything and everybody. Take care of you. When anything, when anything or anybody or someone becomes too much for you, back up. Pump your brakes, back up. Take care of you. So, just like I got to take care of me, you got to take care of you. So I'm not apologizing for me being me. I'm not apologizing for the way that I talk, how I talk, and I'm not apologizing for my delivery. I'm enjoying the live for the first time. And like I said, we've only talked about relationships and that kind of thing twice. And we're going to talk about it again, if that's what people want to talk about. And if the men on the channel, if you feel some type of way, if you feeling some type of way, if you in your feelings, if you hurt, if you feel like you being attacked, hey, if it don't apply, let it fly. And that's with everything and everybody. But I'm not going to stop talking about sex and relationships and telling women and empowering women and building women's self-esteem, building women's self-worth. I'm not going to stop doing that to make people okay with Cece. You don't have to ever be okay with me. You don't ever have to accept me, because I'm not changing for nobody. Nobody. I don't care what you've done or what you haven't done. I don't care if you've been there, you ain't been there. I'm not changing for anybody. I'm not coddling nobody. I'm not finna I'm not finna do that. I'm just not. You grown. You grown. So if whatever I say or I do that make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel some type of way, it's really your issue and it's not mine. And I'm not taking on the responsibility for other people feeling some type of way about what I talk about. You may not like what I'm saying, and this is just the truth. All I said is my Truthful Tuesday. You may not like how I'm saying it and what I'm saying, but I'm not doing that. And if you got to step back from me, if you feel like you're doing too much or you've done too much, then stop doing it. Stop. Don't do nothing else. Don't do nothing for me. Don't do nothing. Because if you sincerely feel like that, then stop. Just stop. Just stop. Because just like God sent you, he'll send somebody else. But I'm not going to see. And the thing is that when I know that I've done all that I have done, when I know that, and this is my truth for people. When people come to me and they tell me they feel this way and they feel that way. Okay, so I already made sure that a certain person is not bothering you no more. I handled that. I've done other things to make you comfortable. I've done other things to make you comfortable. I've done this. I'm at the point where I'm just tired. And this is what I be trying to tell my son. It's the same thing with him. Like what I was telling y'all about his hair. If I had told you 50 million motherfucking times that I don't care what you do with your hair, why do you keep coming to me and want my opinion? And then when I say I don't like it or whatever, you in your feelings. Then don't ask me. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. See, because I'm going to tell you, and I'm like, and people that know me in real life will tell you this about me. There's only so much, and then I just back off and back away. See, people run you away because they want too much from you. And I can only give you what I can give you. And this is what we all need to learn. We all need to learn that we can only give what we can give. When people start asking and wanting you to do more than what you can, and when they got all of these expectations, and when they always at you about, well, I feel like, you said this or you said that, I don't have time for that. I just don't. I don't. I'm going to tell you something that really irritates me. And I had to tell Christopher to stop doing this. I said, because you know what? I said, you're going to do this in a relationship. So I think my niece and nephew were over at my mother's house, right? And, Christopher has no problem teasing me or saying certain stuff about me in front of my niece and nephew, right? But then when I say something that he doesn't like, when we get home, he want to say, I really didn't like how you said this and that in front of Timothy and Diana. So I stopped him I think it was week before last or whatever. I said, stop. I said, stop. I said, you know what? I said, let me tell you something. I said, you're going to be a problem in a relationship. And he just looked at me. I said, because every time your girl or your wife says or do something that you don't like in front of somebody, I said, you're going to want to try to reprimand her and tell her what she said. And I don't know if that's a male thing. I don't know what that's about. But this is what he said to me. And so I said to him, I said, stop that. Stop it right now. And so he just kind of looked at me. I said, you're going to be a problem for a young lady. I said, ain't no girl going to want to fuck with you. I said, ain't no girl going to want to fuck with you because you're going to always be in her face after wherever y'all go telling her, and when you said, and I said, and when you said, and my mother told me, I told y'all, my mother told me my father used to do that. That's why I said, I think it's a male thing. Because even what I experienced last night with somebody, I think it's a male thing. So, I stopped him. I said, get your emotions in check, dude. I said, first of all, you don't control what the fuck come out of my mouth. And this is exactly how I told Christopher this. I said, you don't control what the fuck come out of my mouth. I said, you don't come and check me about what the fuck I said or how I said it. I said, stop that right now. You're going to stop it with me. I said, because I'm telling you now, a girl is going to get sick of that. I said, you are not you don't control. And it's all about control. And see, what happens with that is then the abuse comes. Now you want to beat her, pound her in her motherfucking face because she said something that made you feel a certain type of way. See, it gives off creep vibe. It gives off insecurity vibe. Ladies, I'm telling you, when you find a man who always whining and crying and talking about what you said or how you said it, and how it made them feel, and if you hadn't have said this or if you hadn't have talked about that, run. That's an insecure person. That's an insecure man who gonna always be telling you and always critiquing or checking what you said. I ain't got time for that. I'm not taking that from nobody. So I told my son, I said, stop that. I said, I'm telling you now. I said, look, you make yourself look insecure. Especially when I know that I ain't said nothing or did nothing to make him feel like that. I said, but it's okay for you to tease me, right? It's okay for you to say what you say. So see, when you keep showing me, and I know he young, and when you young, you dealing with a lot of different emotions. You can't get your emotions intact. I get that. I get that. I understand that. And I understand where, Chris is coming from. I get all of that. But I put a halt to that bullshit. I said, don't get in my face with that no more. I said, because this ain't the first time you did this. And I'm just using him as an example. But the problem becomes is when nobody corrects you and stop you from doing that. And you keep doing now you doing that. I said that's gonna be a problem in your relationship. I said, I'm telling you. You're not finna come and tell me or talk to me about what I do and what I say. And I know I ain't did nothing to you. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. So Christopher apologized. You know, he said he was sorry or whatever. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't take that from nobody. I don't like that. I'm not finna tiptoe around you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay, well, let me not talk about that on the live because they uncomfortable. Well, somebody in their feelings. Oh, they upset. They turned off. Oh, I'm not doing that. I don't care who you are. I'm not. And that's my Truthful Tuesday. I'm not here to make you feel comfortable. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not. And every time I look around, it's always an issue. It's always a problem. It's always, I'm upset about this. You didn't do this. And this is turning me on. Now listen, come on. It's always a problem. It becomes too much. It just becomes too much. Seriously. It's too much. And I checked Christopher real quick about that. I said, let me check you. I said, cause you ain't finna do that. I don't care if I told him, I said, we ain't in no relationship. But even when I'm in a relationship with a man, I don't let my friends do that. I don't let females do it. I don't let males do it. I don't let nobody do it. You're not finna be checking me about what I say and how I say it and what I say. You're not finna do that. And I'm not finna baby you and coddle you and tiptoe around every subject to make you comfortable. I'm just not gonna do that. And a lot of y'all on these live streams and in these videos, that's what y'all want. Y'all want somebody to coddle you. I'm not the coddling type. I'm not. Because I'm going to tell you, I get annoyed very easily and quick. I'm just saying. I take everybody's feelings into account. Everybody. But one thing I'm not going to stop being, I'm not finna stop being CC for nobody. So if you uncomfortable, again, I'm going to say this respectfully. When you come on the live stream and you are uncomfortable about what I am talking about or what the live is talking about, just leave. I don't care if you a moderator or not, just leave. But if you a moderator, just let me know you leaving so I'll know how to move with the channel. But just don't leave and have everybody wondering where you are. Or just don't leave and leave me hanging and I'm out there all by myself. You know, if you can't engage in the conversation for whatever reason, I respect that. But people ain't gonna, I'm not gonna stop talking about different subjects to make people feel comfortable. That goes for everybody. And if what I'm saying is too harsh and what I'm saying is too mean, and if what I'm saying you don't understand or you don't agree with, you know, you need to make a decision about where you want to be. You need to make a decision. And we ain't got to break friendship. We ain't got to ever break friendship. But what I'm not going to do is tiptoe around people's feelings and emotions to make them okay with what I'm talking about. You know what it is when you get on a live stream. You know it could go any and every which way. You know that. So again, if it's about relationships, politics, something about health, if it's about makeup, if it's about race, whatever it's about, whatever topic that we're talking about, whatever we're discussing, if you are a if you are a subscriber and you're not comfortable, leave. If you are a moderator, leave. Just let me know you leaving. And I only say that to you because you're there to moderate. Everybody else, I don't expect that from them. But you decided as a moderator that this is what you wanted to do. I asked people. I didn't make nobody a moderator. I asked every person that they want to be one. And you had the option to say no. You had the option. So once you said yes, you decided to be a moderator and to be there to moderate the live. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot of crazies that come on there. But that's what you're supposed to do. Get rid of them. So if you didn't want the job or you didn't want the task, then you shouldn't have took it. Because I ain't never going to get mad at nobody telling me no. I'd rather that you tell me no than you get on there and complain or whining and crying. So just make up your mind what you want to do when you on my platform. Make up your mind where you want to be. If this not where you want to be, you ain't got to be here. But to expect me to talk about what you want to talk about, and it's for you to expect me to be able to control the atmosphere of the live and what the audience want to talk about, I'm not doing that. And I'm not here to hurt nobody's feelings, but I'm being 100 and real because I don't know no other way to be. Don't expect CC to change to fit and make you feel comfortable. People get on there, oh, you cuss too much. Then get the fuck off. Why the fuck would you continue to watch a person who you say cuss too much? Why would you continue to watch a person who keep talking about things that you cannot relate to and things that you don't want to hear? Why the fuck are you there? Why are you a moderator? Why are you a subscriber? Why are you in the chat? You don't have to be there. I don't call none of y'all. It ain't like I pick up the phone and call 21,000 of y'all. Yeah, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live. I don't call y'all. I don't even announce it. I'm coming on live. I tell y'all in these videos, I'll be live later. Somebody asked me if I would give an announcement when I would be live so that they would know. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting a premiere before I come live so people will know. Somebody requested that yesterday. But ain't like I call each one of y'all. And the only time I'm going to put a premiere on that I'm going to be live is when I know I'm really going to be live. I have told y'all I was coming live and didn't go live because something happened, something came up. You know, and I try real hard not to even go there and even talk about certain things or bring up certain subjects, you know, but I'm just a little annoyed. I am. I'm annoyed. You know, and I'm annoyed because I get tired of seeing that stupid shit on my live about what I say and what I don't say. Stop fucking watching me. And if any of you all don't want to moderate no more, because it's I'm going to tell you, Angel told me, she said, when all of that was going on, she said, I just can't do it. She said, it's too much for me. I respected that. I ain't going to remove her as no moderator because she said that, but I respected that. And I understood that. And how can I get mad at her for her being, oh, it's too dark. How can I get mad at her for her honesty and for how she feel? I don't want nothing that I do or I'm doing on my channel to do anything to anybody's mental health. So if something is being done or said on the live and it's mentally draining to you or making you feel emotional or upsetting you in any type of way, please don't stay there. Don't watch. You can be a moderator. Don't watch. Just do what she do. She don't come on. How am I going to get mad at a person for that? I would never say, well, Angel, come on now. It is what it is. No. I would never, ever do that. Ever. Because my expectations of people are not like that. You don't owe me nothing. Nothing. And I'm just over it. So this is my Truthful Tuesday. If you don't like what is being said, exit. Whether you are a subscriber or a moderator, just exit. If you dare and you have been moderating and you've been hiding people, getting rid of people shifting through comments, and you got to go, I don't need to know why. Just say, Cece, I gotta go. No problem. But I don't want to hear about it after the live is over with, about what was said and what wasn't said and how it was said and what you tired of hearing and hearing you whining and crying about it. I don't want to hear that. I don't. I don't want to see it in the live, and I don't want to hear about it afterwards. Just leave. Just leave. You all are not getting paid to sit on my live streams. You all are not getting paid to be moderators. So just leave. Anytime you don't want to be a moderator, just say, Cece, I don't want to moderate the live no more. I'm not going to ask you why. I'm going to respect your decision and say, okay, no problem. There's somebody else that'll jump in easily and moderate. I got too many subscribers, too many people that I'm cool with that would love to moderate the channel. You all were chosen for a reason. So I just want to clear that up. So that's one of my truths. I don't want to hear about what I said or what I didn't say. I don't want to hear about that in the chat, and I don't want to hear about it afterwards. I don't want to hear in the chat about what I say, how I'm saying it, and what you don't like. I don't want to hear about your goddamn children being in the room, or your grandmama, or your grandfather, or your great-great-grandmama, your great-great-papa, or your cat, or your dog, the ant, the flea, or the roach. I don't give a fuck. Don't watch me. I don't know how many times I have said that. Don't get on there talking about my potty mouth. You already know how I talk. If you don't like how I talk, get the fuck off. If I do a premiere and say I'm going to be live at a certain time and you're like, oh, I know she coming on, I'm going to make sure I don't watch. Don't. It was 200 people there yesterday. So, it's more to come and more will leave. People will come and people will go. I see the same people in the live chat all the time. Grandma's Corner, she's the first one there most of the time. If it's not her, it's Meadow. So I must be doing something right, because 200 people were there yesterday. I ain't never had 200 people. I ain't never had 100. So I'm not going to stop being CC to make people comfortable. I love y'all. I love you. I do. I love you from the bottom of my heart. But I'm not changing me. And I'm not finna go back and forth with nobody about me. I'm not finna go back and forth with nobody about what I say or how I say it or how I talk. You not me and I'm not you. And I respect you, respect me. That's how it go. And if you can't respect me, move the fuck around. Because people that I don't like, that I don't respect, that I don't fuck with, that I don't want to have nothing to do with, they don't never see me. I told y'all, my good girlfriend, we went on a cruise and everything, but it ain't like it used to be. And because I didn't do what you wanted me to do when I had that accident with the paintball, because I didn't call you back, because I didn't jump through You know, because I didn't jump and say ha when you called 4 and 5 times because I had something going on. You got in your feelings. Stay in your feelings. Because I was in my feelings about how you did me the way that you did me with the bitch who didn't like me. With the gremlin bitch. And how you didn't invite me to your 60th birthday party. And how you just basically dismissed me. But now, because you want to talk, now I'm supposed to be okay. Not everything is copacetic. No. So guess what? I fell back. I ain't deleted her off my Facebook page. When I see her, hey girl, blah, blah. But we ain't like we used to be. And that's your fault. That ain't my fault. Because I've been loyal and I've been the friend. But when you decide to let somebody else come along and you wasn't loyal, because that's what you always preaching, loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. So what I end up doing with people, I end up falling back. Because see, just like your mental health is important to you, mine is to me. So anyway, y'all, I've been on here way too long. I went way over my time. You all have a great, blessed day. We got one more day, then it's the holiday. Y'all have a great, blessed day. I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Peace and blessings to you all. I will be live later, and we're going to talk about all things, all the things, okay? We're going to do Truthful Tuesday over there. So I'm just letting you know. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Peace and blessings. See you on the live later. Mwah. Peace.